Now, you might be wondering, who wrote this majestic poetry? Sounds like something Robert Frost would write. Or could it be William Wordsworth? I'll give you a second to guess. Got it? Well, this poem was not written by any renowned poets. In fact, this poem wasn't written by any human. This is the result of a mere prompt given to an AI program. Isn't it barely distinguishable from an authentic human writing? This poem has every qualities that the one in your English textbook has. In today's world, our lives are split in half. One is the physical life that we all live, and the other half is our life on the internet. This includes the social media we use, our data, and all the vital information that we upload in the electronic media. Imagine losing your phone and all its data. It's like losing a part of yourself. What's beyond that lock screen represents a part of you. That's the sad reality of today. It's not a huge problem now, but it will be very soon when our lives get taken away from us.
Hello again. With me tonight is Professor Jerome B. Wiesner, Director of the Research Laboratory of Electronics at MIT. Dr. Wiesner, what really worries me today is what's going to happen to us if machines can think. And what interests me specifically is, can they?
Well, that's a very hard question to answer. If you'd asked me that question just a few years ago, I'd have said it was very far-fetched. And today, I just have to admit I don't really know. I suspect if you come back in 4 or 5 years, I'll say, sure, they really do think.
Well, if you're confused, Doctor, how do you think I feel?
We're just...
Can machines really think? Even the scientists argue that one.
I'm convinced that machines can and will think. I don't mean that machines will behave like men. I don't think for a very long time we're going to have a difficult problem distinguishing a man from a robot. And I don't think my daughter will ever marry a computer. But I think that computers will be doing the things that men do when we say they're thinking. I'm convinced that machines can and will think in our lifetime. I found...
Okay, you want to learn about the future? The future is now, because this morning, a new artificial intelligence tool known as ChatGPT is gaining popularity for its ability to craft emails, write research papers, and answer almost any question in a matter of seconds. It is a powerful new...
Mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority, alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. This is a...
Let's look at AI, because specifically the risk that could lead to the extinction of humans. Many top experts have signed a statement warning of the risks of artificial intelligence, and this is what that wording says. Well, mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority, alongside others.
Artificial intelligence is the hot topic now, as it is taking over everything you can imagine. AI can do almost anything. It can talk to you, it can code or rectify programs, it can monitor your health, it can detect fraud, it can translate languages, it can write poetry, it can create artwork, it can make you question your life choices, it can make you wonder if you're doing all this shit ton of work for nothing and you're gonna end up jobless and depressed only to witness a bunch of metalheads taking over all jobs in the globe. That got too deep. All these images on screen, these aren't hand-drawn. These are all generated by AI programs. This means that in the present day, you really don't need to have any talent to make artworks. All you need is a stable internet, a basic understanding of what you want, and a mobile phone. This sure sounds interesting and convenient, but if you take into account the dedication and hard work of all the artists who work on commission, it's just an upcoming jobless sad reality. Because who's gonna pay for artworks if you can just generate it within a few seconds without breaking a sweat or losing a buck? It wasn't that much of a wild guess that feels like counting, programming, and translating would be affected by AI, but the fact that it would also be a blow to its artistic fields, that was a bit surprising. And it's not just static artworks. AI can also work on animation and CGI. A few artists with a YouTube channel managed to create a whole animated film with just using AI without drawing a single frame. AI can help you render fake human bodies and voices that are disturbingly realistic. You see all these normal looking people? Well, guess what? None of them actually exist. These are all fake people generated by AI. If you came across any of these pictures without any context, you'd surely think it's a real person. With these eerily realistic human models, people are slowly starting to make videos and short contents. I remember in 2019, I was watching a film called Spider-Man Far From Home, in which the main villain Mysterio had the power to cast illusions. In a specific scene, he traps Peter in an endless illusion. Peter is confused on what's real and what's fake, and that scene is really intense. Personally, one of my biggest fears is failing to distinguish between what's real and what's fake. And from the looks of it, that's exactly where we're gonna end up in a few years. You won't even know if the person you're communicating with online is real or fake. Any proof of their existence could be generated by AI. The risk of us getting deceived by our own technology is increasing drastically. While our stupid society is busy arguing about pointless political parties or religious fairy tales, we fail to see that the smart people are setting the stage for superiority of machine over man. All the medias today are weirdly invested in throwing dirt on the homosexuals or making fun of the vegans, while the pros and cons of the rapid growth of AI is barely being addressed. Now I should say that I am someone who's always up for new things. Even though I've been a bit trash towards AI in this video, the only reason my statements have been a bit inclined towards the negative side is because the people today already know about the advantages of AI, so much so that addressing it would be like pointing out the obvious. It's like teaching today's kids about Instagram. You see this, buddy? This is called Instagram. You post pictures in this.
I love Instagram. I have an account on Instagram.
That's fantastic. I'm proud of you, kid. That sounds so fake that I want to rip my ears out. I'm glad that today's kids are updated on the current stuff. So I'm just curious, how many followers do you have? I just hit my first 300 yesterday, and I know it sounds like a big number, but it was really hard to get there. So even if it's like 10 followers, I understand the value, you know? So how much is it? How many followers do you have?
Around 700.
Currently, the Writers Guild of America is conducting a huge strike. Even though there are multiple valid reasons for this ongoing strike, the writers particularly expressed their concerns on AI degrading or even replacing human work. This has become a huge deal, especially since production for widely awaited films and TV shows has been put on hold. In my opinion, even though AI assistance can be utilized in scientific and mathematical fields, for now, it is best to keep it out of areas such as literature and art. These are places people put their heart and soul into. In conclusion, I have to say that I'm not sure if AI is good or bad. I do believe that artificial intelligence has an enormous potential to help humanity in the future. As human beings, we thrive on technological innovations, and it's almost certain that we'll keep inventing new stuff as long as we're on this earth. It's not like we can expect everyone to like everything. For the world to move forward, it doesn't need an individual's consent. You will never know if the next step is good or bad unless you take it. There will always be people who are with and against you. And sometimes you just have to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and take the step forward, hoping for the best. And who knows, maybe you'll end up being the savior of the world or its destroyer.